Yes. Under the theme of South Africa G20 presidency, solidarity, equality, and sustainability, addressing environmental and sustainable development cuts across all three of these pillars. South Africa is utilizing its G20 presidency to pursue global South perspectives and to create a more just, sustainable, and equitable world. In its recent advisory opinion on climate change, the International Court of Justice reaffirmed that obligations to address climate change stem not only from treaties, but also from customary international law, including the duty to prevent significant harm. This resonates with our own commitment to a just transition, where economic development and environmental protection are pursued together. We recall that the principle of common but differentiated responsibilities and respective capabilities remains a cornerstone of international environmental law. As science and technology increases, so does the weight of the obligation and states to be guided by the precautionary principle. The court noted that while developing states are not absorbed of their duties, differentiation reflects both historical responsibility and varying capacities. For South Africa's CBDRC continues to provide a legal and ethical foundation for our climate policies, including our nationally determined contribution. We stress the urgent need to strengthen adaptation. For African states, adaptation is not a long-term aspiration but a pressing reality. The international legal framework remains weak in this regard, and we call for more concrete obligations on adaptation support. South Africa notes the outcome of recent conferences of parties to the UNFCCC, in particular the operationalization of the Loss and Damage Fund and progress towards enhanced climate ambition. We underline the need for equitable financing, technology transfer, and capacity building to support developing countries in meeting mitigation and adaptation goals. The court's recognition on non-refoulement in the context of climate impact supports the emerging concept of climate displaced persons. AALCO members are well placed to shape coherent approaches to this complex challenge. Beyond climate, South Africa welcomed the adoption of the BBNJ agreement. South Africa signed this historical instrument in June 2025 and is preparing for its ratification. On the marine environment protection, South Africa is committed to advancing the conservation and sustainable use of marine biodiversity, but both within national jurisdiction and in areas beyond national jurisdiction. It is essential that the Agreement Secretariat prioritizes developing countries' needs, ensuring fair benefits, sharing, robust capacity building, and equitable representation. Barriers to participation must also be reduced to make this a genuinely inclusive regime. We emphasize the urgent need to address marine pollution, particularly from plastic, as well as the protection of vulnerable ecosystems such as coral reefs and deep sea habitats. South Africa strongly supports the ongoing process towards an international treaty addressing plastic pollution, including in the marine environment. We emphasize the importance of a legally binding framework that addresses the full life cycle of plastics, ensures accountability for transboundary pollution, and recognizes the special circumstances of developing countries. Finally, Mr. President, South Africa underlines the importance of legal policy coherence across regimes. Fragmentation between climate, biodiversity, and ocean governance could weaken our collective response. AALCO, as a forum of the Global South, has a unique role to champion integrated